thank y'all for checking out the 12 Days of Trekmas series that I did. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all didn't get too burnt out. I did have to take a little bit of time off after filming all of those and, holiday stuff and all that. Just to regain the brain. But I'm back. I know I say a lot. Sorry about that, guys. Today I've got a video that is about my last Transformer purchase for 2021, which just happened to be what some collectors call like your grail. Figures or characters that may or may not be hard to come by. Usually they are. But characters you've always wanted, and for some reason it just slips right past you. You can't get them for whatever reason. Be it not having enough money at the time, being the rarity of them, wrong place, wrong time, stuff like that. But these are two figures I've wanted for about the past 20 years since I first saw them at an import store, which is no longer around, back in Dallas. I got a lot of my Japanese Transformers from. Like I said, I just happened to be poking around on Facebook Marketplace and saw these for what I felt was a really great price, about $30 a piece, which if I had bought them new 20 years ago, I think I would have paid about $40 or $50 a piece in package. I didn't get them back then. I don't know why, but I didn't. But now I have them in my collection. Now, one of them I already had technically as a knockoff because, I think it was about 7 or 8 years ago. Big Lots around Christmas time used to carry like a lot of knockoff Transformers, and they made a knockoff of this one, and I bought it because I figured that was the only way, since I missed my original opportunity, the only way that I'd ever get this figure. Well, here I am years later, and I do have the figure. Now, both of them that I do have, they have their defects. They're 20-year-old action figures. It's going to happen. And the problem with these also is that they have something called GPS, which in the collector community is known as gold plastic syndrome. Back in the 20s, back in the 2000s, about 20 years ago, companies started putting gold plastic on their toys, but the mix or formulation that they were using led to it being quite brittle later on, or the possibility of it being brittle. So these gold plastic pieces often break and fall apart. And my cats are crashing something in the other room. But first, the first figure I have here is Lio Convoy. Now, yes, again, I got him on a good deal because, some pieces are missing. So he is missing one main piece that would fit on right here. This one is actually for the other side, but it's very loose, but it would fill in the main, so you wouldn't see the robot bits on the other side. It's not broken, but it just doesn't like holding on that much anymore, and since it's gold plastic, I'm not going to fiddle with it too much to try to get it to stay on. As you can see, he's a little bit loosey-goosey from being 20 years old. He's kind of fidgety. That's one of his attack modes. He would have two little guns here, which are missing. That would flip up from his main, so he could go into attack lion mode. Got a button here, so you can... Rawr, rawr, I am Dio Convoy. Like I say, he's kind of loose, but I still think he's cool. He's got these flip-out claws on both front paws. He's a 20-year-old figure, and some of the engineering and pegs that they use to achieve his lion mode, like there's a little peg in there, doesn't always lead to the sturdiest connection, and he will, like, his lion arm will just randomly pop out. The next figure that I got is his counterpart. Now, Transformer fans know that as there's a good guy, there's always got to be a bad guy. Well, here is the bad guy in this series. Now, this series was called Beast Wars 2nd in Japan. And it was traditionally animated using cell animation, not computer generated, because for some reason, I guess the dubbing process takes forever to rescript, and there was a gap in between Japan getting different seasons of the original Beast Wars animated series here in the United States, because it was computer generated, so that takes time. And then, like I said, I guess the translation takes some time. So the Japanese actually had enough time in between getting the American series over and ready for viewing in Japan, that they went ahead and created their own series, hand-drawn and everything, to fill in that gap. And the first one was called Beast Wars 2nd, the second one was called Beast Wars Neo. Like I say, they went and created their own characters, reused some of the original molds for Beast Wars figures that didn't get any screen time over here in the States. This one, just like Lao Convoy, is a complete, total Japanese construct. This is, a lot of people are used to, the Autobots or the good guys have Optimus. The bad guys have Megatron. Well, this isn't Megatron. This is Galvatron. It gets really complicated in the Japanese Beast Wars, so I'm not going to get into all that. But just say we got Galvatron. He turns into a mechanized dragon. He's got, a bit of neck articulation there. He can look around and all that. He's got his dragon wings here that can pop out. And I am being careful with these figures because, again, they are 20 years old, made it from Japan, all that, so they may or may not be delicate. So I'm just choosing to make an error on the side of caution, but see, he's got his big flip out wings here. Again, parts are loose. These have been played with, but they've been taken care of. He's got his little dragon arms there. Now you'll notice there's this big gold flappy thing over here. And I do have the one that would attach to the other side. But again, gold plastic, there's a little crack right in the connection port where that will go onto there on his neck. and it makes it very loose, very floppy, and I don't want to fiddle with it too much because I don't want to break it. If I could easily take this side off so it would match in his dragon mode, I would, but again, I'm afraid I would break it. I might look into it later on as some other things, but it would mess up his third mode, which I do not feel like trying to transform him into ever, which is basically a dragon drill tank thing. You can see he's got his treads here on his legs, and this actually turns around, and of course it has to be the other side, covers up the dragon head there, so you have the little drill tip sticking out, and it would turn into a drill tank. I'm happy with keeping him in his robot form, which I will show y'all Megatron's robot form and Lyle Convoy's robot form here in a moment. So stay tuned, I'll be right back.
ライオンコンボイ変身
Alright, everybody, got them both transformed into their robot modes, and I'm going to say these are probably the modes that they're going to stay in, because they're just older figures, they're kind of fidgety, kind of loose, all that stuff, kind of too tight in certain places, and I just don't want to take the chance on breaking them by transforming them too much. Yeah, some of them I will be doing some work on in the future to try to repair some of the loose parts. Like Lyle Convoy here. You see there he is in his robot mode. His legs are very loose. I don't think he could stand on his own without being propped up on something. But Lyle Convoy, in my opinion, is a very cool transformer. You can see he's still got most of visible lion head there, and you can see he's not really hiding his alternate mode too well, because I mean it looks like for the most part a lion is riding on the shoulders of a robot. But I mean he does have some cool features. He's got these flip out claws from his lion leg that could be used as, you know, like a further attack claw. He does have a flip out arm blaster that's hidden behind that part of his mane there. This is the part that's, aside from the legs, is the most floppy, in my opinion, is how he all pegs together in robot mode for the upper chest. It's kind of but that's cool. He's got his little flip out spark chamber or matrix holder and his little rub sign. It's kind of cold. I don't know if it'll actually work with how cold it has finally gotten in Texas. Yeah, I don't think his rub sign is going to work today, but that's where it is. This is another little kind of fiddly, floppy cover piece that doesn't always stay where it should, especially in animal mode and lion mode. But again, he's cool. It will eventually go on the shelf with the knockoff one that I have, which is as far as I can tell, was based on a lucky draw of Lyle Convoy, which in Japan, a lucky draw is one of those, they print the magazine, they're like, hey, we're giving away 10 of this figure, and it's got some special color to it or something like that, repaint. And we're giving away 10 of these, mail in this card, and we'll pick 10 winners out of everybody that mailed in this card, and you'll get this figure. So there have been numerous, as far as I know, different Lyle Convoys. There was an all black one, I believe, a red one, a clear one, and I believe, if I remember correctly, there was a yellow and gold one. Now the knockoff that I have of him is of the yellow and gold, so it's kind of cool. I've got a fake lucky draw. Alright, next up we have Galvatron in his robot mode. Looks kind of comical but kind of menacing at the same time with all of that. Different colorations that he's got going on, but then he's got his knee cannon, so he'll mess you up. Since I don't have the instructions, I'm not exactly sure how to get his wings to peg on in robot mode. I'll look into that a little bit more. The only way I can find right now for them to peg on looks kind of stupid, so I'll leave those off. But again, he is a cool figure. I am scared to transform him too much because of that gold plastic. Right there, his dragon feet become part of his robot feet. His drill cannon cover that looks like it could be something else on his back. I'm very careful with gold plastic because it can disintegrate, just like that. So, but yeah, these were two of my grail level figures because I missed the chance on buying them new 20 years ago. And I just thought that I would never get the chance to get them affordably ever again, since each one new in package, I think they're about $150 to $200 a piece these days. Loose ones like this, out of package, run like $60 to $80 a piece. And like I said, I was just poking around on Facebook Marketplace, and I came across a listing that, after shipping and tax and all that, was going to be $63 for both. Yes, they have their flaws. Yes, they're loose. They're missing a couple of pieces here and there, but I don't care. To me, it's cool to have them in my collection, and that's what I did. So I had to jump on that. That was my last Transformer purchase for 2021, and I actually got it on not the last day of 2021, but the next to the last day of 2021. So, haha, pretty darn cool, I think. I'm sure this year there's going to be more Transformers to buy that I will at some point. I know I've got other Transformers to review and showcase on my channel, which will happen. Y'all know me already. Y'all know I bounce back and forth and stuff like that. So, alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this short, or not really short, but this video about my last Transformer purchases of the year. Alright, guys. See y'all on the next time. Bye.